Section where there's no embargo, but please ask there's no live tweeting within this section. We'll then move on to the embargo section for 10:30 p.m. tonight. We have 30 minutes, so we'll try and get through as many questions as possible. And if you could please use the microphones provided. Mark.
Hi, Roberto. How are you?
Good.
Good. How is the squad, injury-wise? Anyone coming back? And is there a problem with Destiny?
Yeah, Destiny has a problem. I think he can't play tomorrow. But he played, I'm sorry, because he played a great first half, in the second half as well, but in the first one was great. But we have Spence, Sousa is available to come with us. It's not a big problem. I hope Udogie can be available in the next week in Villa Park.
James Maddison was a substitute last week. Many fans were happy, seemed to give everyone a bit of a boost. Was that to give everyone a boost, or was he available to play some football?
No, he's not available yet. Especially in this week, he felt pain, but not so important problem. Tomorrow come with us on the bench because it's important if he plays or not. It's not doesn't matter. Better if he plays for sure, but also as a guy, as a leader, as a positive guy inside of my dressing room. I want to see nice people and positive people, and it's important also for his teammates.
I'm sorry to give you bad news. The Premier League key incidents panel have ruled that Brian Brobbey should have been sent off in that incident at Sunderland. Of course, he didn't get sent off. How frustrating is that to hear that for so many reasons?
Can we play again that game or not? No?
Well,
I think no.
How frustrating is that to hear that?
Yes, but it was clear, but no problem. We have to move on and to prepare the next game in Wolverhampton. Is not an easy game for sure. The last 3 games at home, they made a draw with Arsenal 2-2, and they won with Aston Villa and Liverpool. So they are alive. It's a tough game because they are nothing to lose. It's an important game for us, for sure, but we have to be able to play not too much pressure. And my work from now until tomorrow is to prepare the game of my best, to prepare in the best way, but to play a game, to play football, because these players are very good players. They have important qualities, and they play without too many problems in their head. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Just wanted to ask you about your substitutions. Some Premier League managers, they prefer to improvise on the day and be spontaneous, and some people like to pre-plan, especially if you have a lot of injuries and players coming back. Obviously, your subs, you did 2 in 57 minutes, 2 at 76, 1 at 67. Were they planned? Because the extra time was kind of long and a lot of the players looked really tired by the end of the game.
Well, listen, I thought a lot of time about the Brighton game, but in my plan, Destiny Udogie could finish the game, and then I prefer play with the good physical condition on the players. No, for sure, it's important 5 substitution. We have to prepare a plan before the game, and I usually to prepare every game one plan, 2 plan, 2-3 different plans, depending of the result and the physical condition as well. But sometimes is a normal situation of football can happen, like the problem of Xavi Simons, no, and the last ball Xavi Simons touched made the assistant for Archie Gray. It's a problem for me, but for every coach.
You just spoke about not playing with pressure. That's really important at this point. But what is important in terms of your style? You're obviously here to win the remaining games.
No, I don't want to put too much pressure, but we have to know the situation. We can't forget the table. We can't forget we need a win. We can't forget maybe what we have done until now. No, maybe, for sure, what we have done until now is not enough. But anyway, if we win in Wolverhampton, it's not finished yet anyway. There are other 4 games. But I think now we deserve to win a game. Also with Brighton, I knew before the game with Brighton was one of the best team in this moment, actually in this moment in Premier League. And after Chelsea game, everyone understood, no? And we play very good game, and we deserve to win. We were unlucky, but we have to be stronger and to keep playing, to keep going.
And lastly, you just said Wolves, they have nothing to lose. They're relegated, but they've taken points off some of the biggest teams. A word on Rob Edwards. You've played against him before and his style of play, and you've obviously done your research on Wolves recently. What sort of game do you expect?
Partita si aspetta, ha detto il Wolverhampton, non ho più niente da perdere, però non prendo punti contro grandi squadre. 2 parole su Rob Edwards.
True. Yes, I have big respect for his coach. I remember very well in Luton because we lost 4-0, and I remember that game as a very bad day. They have a good player, especially in the midfield position. But we have our target to reach.
Hi there, Roberto. I just want to ask you about Kevin Danso. He had such a great game. Obviously, the moment at the end, and then after that horrible racist abuse. I mean, have you spoken to him about it? Just how is he?
I was very annoyed by the racist insult towards Kevin, but he has to be calm. I'm proud for him. He played a fantastic game, not a good game, a fantastic game. It's not important, was important for the result, but I don't consider one mistake so important. I consider the attitude, I consider the behavior on the pitch, the quality which he played that game, the personality while he played that game. And he will be here next season because he's a good guy, he's a very good player, and every one of us is lucky to work with him.
I can ask you about Destiny. Exactly what is his injury? And also, he's such a young player, but he's had a lot of muscle injuries over recent years.
It's muscular injury, but not so important. He didn't play for a long time, and can happen at the beginning where you start to feel something of this problem. I haven't about Destiny a big opinion, and he's a crucial player for us. We are lucky because we can play with Djed Spence, another important player. I think he's playing very well this season. Another very good guy. And that's it.
Just another injured player, Dejan Kulusevski. He's spoken about his dream is still to play at the World Cup this summer. Do you think he's going to be back in time for the end of this season for you?
I'm sorry for him because I was my perfect player. It's very specific player for me, like Kudus, like Romero. But I hope for him he can play in in the World Cup, because World Cup for a player is a moment, is a best period of their career, but I don't know the situation very well, no.
Hi, Roberto. Can I just double check why Pape Matar Sarr missed the game against Brighton last week, and is he now available for tomorrow?
Who?
Pape Matar Sarr, perché ha perso?
Pape Sarr for the shoulder. He felt pain in shoulder, and this week he didn't work. He have not worked with the group. Is not available to play. Yeah.
I also just wanted to check on Vicario. Is he available tomorrow? And if he is, will it be a difficult decision to pick between him and Dominic Kinsky?
No. Vicario is not available for tomorrow, I think, and I hope he can start with me from Monday, next Monday. Anthony is playing very well. And from Monday we go to work with him. I hope Vicario can back in the best physical condition, because he's another very important player for us.
Josh.
Hi, Roberto. Xavi Simons stepped up against Brighton and Pedro Porro scored as well. Which other players are you looking at and wanting them to step up and be counted tomorrow?
I think Xavi Simons, but also Gallagher. I watched the same Gallagher when he played in Chelsea. Dominic, Solanke played a great game. Mickey van der Ven. I don't know what was the problem, but everyone knows my opinion about him. Pedro Porro scored a goal, but he played important game. Udogie, Danso, I think maybe can improve in the confidence, in the not in the attitude, because he's a good guy and he worked a lot in defensive phase, especially in defensive phase, but Kolo Muani, and in the second half, in the second part of the game, Matistel, both can play better, but not can play better because they are playing bad, but because they have a big talent, and I want to see all this talent on the pitch.
Randal Kolo Muani has played under 3 different managers now, and it's never felt like Tottenham fans have seen the best of him. You're obviously now sticking with him. What are you hoping to see from him, and why are you sticking with him?
But for sure, we have to start from one clear point. Is not the best position for him, right winger, and also for Matistel, because Matistel is more winger, but in the left side. For a winger, for my experience, because I was a winger, is totally different play in the left and the right side. Both they can play, and they need them in that position, because just one player has to play not in the favorite position. I think it's not a problem about the position of the pitch, but I think the confidence, and the players can change completely performance. Depend of the confidence, if they feel totally confident from the coach, from the environment, from the fans, and I want to help them both to play following their qualities. Just it.
We'll finish this section with W then.
Ciao, Roberto. When you think at the work you've done with the players so far, which is the thing you're most happy about?
No, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm happy to work here because the part of the stuff I found when I came is special. As a guy, as a as a professional, and the player the same. They are following me. They are good guy. Sometimes when one team is losing too many games, no, the rumors are not nice, no, as a behavior, as a the people speak about not too much serious players. No, is not like this. In this case, I found good players, good guy, serious players. They are following me. They believe in my words because I'm able to recognize the eyes of the players. We are suffering. They are suffering because it's not easy play in Tottenham in this condition of the table. But I said they have to be stronger and they have to live to win a game. We have to live every part of the day waiting for a win, preparing a win, because I think with a win we can change this part of the season.
We'll now move on to the embargo section for 10:30 p.m. tonight. Won't be giving you time.
Roberto, Kevin Danso has become